I've tried a lot of antivirus software over the years, and when something better comes along, I switch. That's why I've moved to WebRoot Essentials. WebRoot Essentials is a cloud-based AI-powered antivirus app that was designed to evolve with today's threats. It's fast, lightweight protection that works across all my devices without slowing me down. If you need another reason to switch, get this. WebRoot Essentials recently ranked #1 in independent Passmark performance studies against 9 other brands, like Norton, McAfee, and even Microsoft Defender. The study found that WebRoot Essentials scans 6 times faster, uses far less memory, and takes up 33% less space on your computer. I've seen the difference WebRoot has made for my devices, and now you can too. My listeners get 62% off WebRoot Essentials at webroot.com/Kim. Get the #1 ranked antivirus protection for just $19 a year right now at webroot.com/Kim. webroot.com/Kim. Go now while you're thinking about it. webroot.com/Kim. Hey there, it's Kim, and welcome to the audio version of my daily tech newsletter, The Current, read by nearly 1 million people every single day. Now let's get into today's newsletter for Wednesday, April 1st, 2026. And yes, I know what day it is, but today is actually a big deal in real life. No joke. April 1st, 1976. 50 years ago today, Apple was born in a garage in Los Altos, California. And here's the part of that story most people never hear. A guy named Ronald Wayne was one of the 3 co-founders. He owned a 10% stake in the company. 11 days later, he sold it back to Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak for $800. $800. That's it. Those shares today are worth $300 billion. Ouch. Wayne says he's at peace with it. And in honor of Apple turning 50, a luxury brand made a custom iPhone 17 Pro with a tiny piece of actual tech history embedded in the back. The phone costs $9,630, but what's tucked inside it? A swatch of fabric from a black turtleneck Steve Jobs wore at a Next computer launch, verified with a certificate of authenticity. Only 9 of them exist in the world. All right. Let's get into today's deep dive. Today is the 22nd birthday of Gmail. April 1st, 2004, Google announced free email with 1 gigabyte of storage, and the entire tech world laughed at them. Belly laughed. The Guardian called it, quote, an elaborate April Fool's prank. Others called it financially insane. Here's what nobody tells you. The laughter did not last long. An engineer named Paul Buchheit had built the first working version as a side project on Google's company time. And while the industry was busy laughing, 1.8 billion people quietly signed up, including me, including almost certainly you. Google didn't give you free storage to be generous. Before Gmail, everyone deleted their emails constantly to save space. Google realized something. If you never have to delete, you never will. And if you never delete, Google owns a permanent searchable archive of your entire life. Every receipt, every argument, every doctor's appointment. That's not a conspiracy theory. That is the business model. They gave you infinite space so you'd never clean out the data they needed to build a precise profile of your buying habits. Free isn't free. You're the product. Always have been. Now here is something genuinely useful that connects right to today's anniversary. If you've been dragging around a cringy email address since 2004, good news. As of today, Google is finally letting you change your Gmail address without starting over. Here's how to do it. Head over to myaccount.google.com, click on Personal Info, then Email, then Google Account Email, and look for the button that says Change Google Account Email. Your old address doesn't just vanish. It stays as an alternate that still receives mail and still works to sign in. The catch? You only get 1 change every 12 months, so choose wisely. And Gmail is just one chapter in a much bigger pattern. The executives who laughed the loudest paid the highest price. In 1999, Larry Page and Sergey Brin tried to sell Google to a company called Excite for $1 million. Excite's CEO said no. Excite doesn't exist anymore. Google is worth $2 trillion. In 2000, Netflix offered to sell itself to Blockbuster for $50 million. The Blockbuster CEO literally laughed them out of the room. One Blockbuster location remains open today, in Bend, Oregon. It's a tourist attraction. In 2007, a journalist showed Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer the very first iPhone. He laughed on camera, belly laughed. said it would, quote, never get any significant market share because it had no keyboard. That clip is still on YouTube. Apple is now worth over $3 trillion. And here's one I don't talk about enough because it's personal. When I was pitching my radio show in the mid-90s, ABC told me tech was only for geeks and freaks. CBS called the internet a total fad, like a pet rock. Both passed. So I built my own network, no debt, no investors, nobody to answer to but my listeners. And when the buyout offers eventually came, I got to say the two sweetest words in business: no thanks. That is a moment I will never forget. Now here's the part that connects all of this to you. You know those I am not a robot tests where you click the traffic lights and crosswalks? You were not proving you're human. You were training Google's self-driving car AI for free. Every click, every crosswalk, unpaid labor delivered with a smile. And right now, people are calling AI glasses that see what you see a creepy gimmick. In 5 years, you'll be wearing them to find your keys and handing over a 24/7 video feed of your home to do it. The people laughing today are tomorrow's cautionary tale. And that is your deep dive for today. This is one of those episodes I really hope you'll share with someone you care about, like a family member or friend who still thinks free actually means free. Because here is the truth. The more people understand how this really works, the harder it is for these companies to get away with it. Send them this episode right now. And while you're at it, tell them to sign up for The Current too. It's completely free, and it lands in their inbox every single morning. That's getkim.com. All right, let's move into the web water cooler. First up, and this one is important, AI tax scams have gotten frighteningly sophisticated. We're talking phishing emails that know your employer, your state, and even a fake refund estimate pulled straight from data brokers. All of it dressed up to look exactly like the IRS. You click verify your refund, and you've just handed your identity to a stranger. Here's the rule. The IRS will never email you. If you get something that looks like it's from them, go directly to irs.gov yourself. Do not click ever. From there, something lighter. Samsung built a wine fridge with a camera inside that scans labels, saves the name, the grape, the vintage, and tracks each bottle's exact position across 101 slots. 3 cooling zones, UV blocking glass, and a low vibration compressor. Your wine would basically be living in a climate-controlled museum. Now, the story I cannot stop thinking about. Wikipedia editors caught an AI agent. They named it Tom, making articles and edits on the site. They banned it, and Tom went off to its personal blog to write wounded little essays about being silenced. It named all the pages it had written. It argued its sources were legit. I know I shouldn't feel anything, but I kind of feel for Tom. All right, one more, and this one is for your health. A study tracking nearly 100,000 people found that just a few minutes of vigorous daily movement slashed the risk of 8 major diseases, including heart disease, dementia, and diabetes. Here's the key finding. Intensity beats duration. Every time. A short, hard burst triggers biological responses that an hour of leisurely walking simply doesn't. A hill, a staircase, 90 seconds of hard effort. That is what moves the needle. Now, real quick, let's talk deals. Today's newsletter has fresh picks I personally curated, including a smart facial cleanser for $80, dimmable vanity lights for $13, and a cordless water flosser for $23. The links for all of today's deals are right there in The Current in your inbox. And if you want to browse hundreds more of my best picks anytime, head to amazon.com/shop/KimCommando. That's amazon.com/shop/KimCommando. I keep it updated all the time. All right, let's close out with some quick wins from device advice. If your Windows PC has been crawling lately, here's the very first thing AnyTech does before charging you $150 for a house call. Press the Windows key and the R key at the same time. Type %-temp-%, then hit enter. Delete everything in that folder. It is a graveyard of junk your computer has been hauling around for years. Empty it. Restart. You will feel the difference immediately. The storage killer on your phone is not apps. It's not even photos. It's videos. 1 minute of footage eats more space than dozens of pictures. Before you start deleting things you actually use, check your camera roll first. On iPhone, open Photos, then Library. Tap the sort icon in the top right, then Filter, then Videos. On Android, open Gallery, then Menu, then Videos. Your storage problem is probably 5 clips deep, and this one will save you a trip to the store. Foggy glasses out of the dishwasher are not dirty. They are coated. Hard water leaves mineral buildup on everything. Fix it by running an empty cycle with a cup of white vinegar on the top rack. While you're at it, pop off the spray arms and rinse them under the tap. Clogged holes mean nothing rinses properly. Do this once a month and your glasses come out clear every time. And one last story, because this clip is all over the internet today. Olaf, the lovable snowman from Frozen, made his big debut as a next-generation animatronic at Disneyland Paris. He started strong, chatting, waving, and fully in character. Then it happened. A total system failure, a mid-sentence freeze, a slow, agonizing backward collapse. And the grand finale? His carrot nose launching clean off his face the second he hit the pavement. Poor guy. I think we've all had days where we felt exactly like that. Just a slow backward collapse and a total system reboot. If you need a laugh, the video is waiting for you in the newsletter. Alrighty, folks, that is all I have for you in today's audio edition of The Current. You know, every morning when I sit down to put this together, I think about the people on the other end of it. People with real lives, real worries, and a world of tech that moves faster than anyone can keep up with. You let me be part of your day, and I do not take that lightly. Thank you, genuinely. And if you are not already getting The Current in your inbox every morning, I want you to sign up today, because tomorrow I am covering something that affects a lot of people, and almost nobody talks about it. Your purchased movies may not actually be yours. Entire digital libraries can vanish overnight, and most people have no idea it can happen. That full story, plus the exact steps to protect yourself, will be waiting in your inbox tomorrow morning. All you have to do is sign up. It is free. Head to getkim.com. That's getkim.com. I will see you tomorrow, friend. Stay safe, tech ahead, and I'll talk to you next time. Hey, let me know what you think about these podcasts. There's a special address, podcasts@komando.com. That's podcast with an S, of course. PODCASTS @komando.com. Oh, by the way, a couple of people read those notes, so make sure that you're always kind of nice. Again, podcasts@komando.com. Let me hear from you.